Hi, this is Omi, and I wanted to do a sped up video of my writing of giving my husband a Father's Day card in calligraphy. I didn't want to bore you with a long, super long video, so here it is. I started by making with just a blue pencil lines, which I see that they're really, really light and we can't even see them. But I was able to see it. It was just very, very light. It's erasable with an erasable pencil so that I can see the lines and have a sort of guide. This was freehand, which is not recommended for a very important project, but this was special and it was coming from my heart. So here it is. I wanted to make it with blue ink. It's not his favorite color, but the card in the front is blue with all these moons on different phases, so I figured it would go well. This is pretty much my favorite calligraphy nib, and if I were to slow it down, you'd probably see me shaking because I realized, oh my goodness, this is the first video that I am going to do of me working live, and I don't know why, I just couldn't stop shaking, but the words just kept flowing. And one thing that I will tell you when you're working with ink is that you have to gauge when to dip your pen back to when you need to dip your nib in order for it to constantly have the right flow. And another thing, this is cardstock, but this is not a type of cardstock that is great for ink. And I felt that my nib kept snagging a bit on the paper, and I had a little bit of trouble with it. And you're probably going to see me turning my hand often because I was trying to get a really good angle for me to slide smoothly on the paper. As you can see, you're already starting to see the words coming along. And I tell you, it's really hard when you're trying to give something to someone that you really, really love. And over the years, I've gotten to understand how he is at gift receiving. And he is one that he likes the cards, he reads them, he puts them up for a day or two, and that's it. They're gone. So I realize that this is what he does with the cards, but I still wanted to give him something. Okay, so as you see, it's coming along. Also, an interesting thing when you're writing with calligraphy with a nib, it's that even though you're putting lines to help you keep your words on a certain, space, the problem is when you're making tall words like the B's, the L's, you're trying for them not to collide with the line above it. So you have to always keep that in mind. And again, the ink, you have to also keep in mind that you have to dip it before you go down because that's when you're going to press the hardest, and that's why it's a little thicker than the lines that are going up. But here you go. It's almost done. And the paper you see on my left, which is what you saw me fiddling with before, it's basically so that I can test how much ink I had on my nib. Because if I have too much ink, then it's going to have a droplet in my card, and basically my card will be ruined. So I usually keep a piece of paper just so that I can be like, okay, this is how much I press. Because each nib is different and the lines will come out different, the ink will drop differently, and it's a challenge, but I like it. Okay, this is where I decide, you know what, how am I going to end the card? So I had the blue ink, bye-bye blue ink. And then I decided to bring something that's a little more my speed for my signature. By the way, that's a Japanese pen holder, the one that I've been writing with, and I absolutely love it. it is just so comfortable to hold. I had this other fancy schmancy one and I returned it. So see, there you go. You see me practicing and just kind of seeing, okay, this is how it's going to look. If it's up to me, it would be pink or purple, depending on the day, or I don't know. Right now I'm into purplies and greens, but it just changes. I love, by the way, how the R's are made with this style of writing. It's just beautiful. I've fallen in love with different letters. I love the M's, the W's, because I make them uneven, and I just love the way that they come out. And the S's, they can be really long on the bottom or really tall, but I love them. And the V's, I like the V's. I like the way they look. And well, there you go. Now I have to wait until the ink is dried, and then what's going to happen is that I am going to erase that little line, put it in a nice little envelope, and give it to my husband. All right, bye.